Today is September 26th. Today, the Parental Alienation Daily curation of articles online takes us to Nacol Law Firm, and they have an article posted titled, "Is Parental Alienation Hurting Your Children? Know the Symptoms." Are you now going through or commencing a high conflict divorce with children where one alienating parent is encouraging or programming the child to reject the other parent without legit cause or justification? An alienating parent makes a child choose sides to bolster the alienator's own parental identity and to undermine the target parent through denigration and interference with the child's other parent relationship. Parental alienation is more common than thought in divorce situations, and many alienation situations continue throughout the entire relationship with the target parent and the affected child. A report from Fiedler and Bala in 2010 reported increased incidences of judicial findings in parental alienation and estimated signs of parental alienation in 11 to 15% of divorces with children. Psychiatrist Dr. Bill Burnett, professor at Vanderbilt University and an advocate of parental alienation, in September 2013 said, "Almost every mental health professional who works with children of divorced parents acknowledges the parental alienation affects thousands of families and causes enormous pain and hardship." So, what are the warning signs of parental alienation? Beware when a child starts displaying accelerated signs of hatred and anger, rejecting any relationship with the target parent. This is especially transparent when a normal relationship existed before the defiant behavior manifests. So, are you having these types of problems with your children? What are the basic symptoms of PA? There are many versions, but in this particular law practice, this is what they see most often. First, under the idea of just being honest, the alienating parent tells the child the entire family situation through their opinionated eyes, causing the child to think less of the target parent. So basically what's happening is the alienator is placing singular blame for who caused the breakup of the family. Oh, your parents spent too much money. Oh, they had an affair. They are saying information to children that is inappropriate, and they'll also, to justify their bad behavior, they will over time elaborate their stories and they will lie. It is a relationship where the parents are getting divorced, not the children. And the alienator has issues with their boundaries and divulges too much to the children. Next, alienating parent refuses to allow the target parent access to school records or activities, medical or doctor records, appointments, extracurricular activities, or anything that would be a shared part of the child-parent life together. So keeping sports schedules, if there are sporting banquets or special events for the child and the parent, like the senior event, walking on the field, the target parent will be left out of knowing that information. Schools, it's important that when children are from a divorced home, that information gets sent to both families, to both households, and that both parents are welcome at the school. An alienator will come into a school and continue the smear campaign, not only in the house with friends in their neighborhood, but they will do it whoever they can get an ear to. So schools do not engage, and kids need both their parents. Medical doctor records appointments, taking them to a counselor that is of their choosing, and not sharing any of that information with the target parent would be another example. An alienating parent makes demands on the target parent that are contrary to court orders, allows the child to make choices about parental visits with the target parent contra to existing court orders, causing the child to resent the target parent when the changes requested cannot or should not happen. So they're giving too much latitude for the child to make a choice about going to see the target parent. And then the alienator, they'll schedule vacations, they'll schedule people to come over to visit, and then put the target parent, they'll set them up as being the bad guy in either not letting that happen, or they are saying your parent can't see you, doesn't want to see you. There's always a spin, and if you give an inch, they'll take a mile. So adhere to the court orders. When the court orders are not being followed, document everything. Alienating parents may schedule the child in too many activities, so there's no time left for the target parent to visit with the child. Both parents need to be flexible with the visitation to respond to the child's needs, to have a relationship with both parents. So you have a child that's in sports, then all of a sudden they're in other activities in school. They're old enough now, they have a job. So all of a sudden they are booked solid, and the target parent has little time to no time to see their child. A parent listens in on the child's conversation with the target parent, or does not allow the child to talk with the target parent at any time, or even the designated call time. Maybe they're not answering. There's also some examples would be having the child's cell phone actually go to the alienator. The alienator has actually texted pretending they were the child, and then when the alienator gets called out on their bad behavior, they feign innocence and they have no idea what you're talking about, and they have actually created a conflict between the target parent and the child. So make sure you're also keeping screenshots of such evidence. The alienator may refuse to allow children to take their possessions to the target parent's house. These things are here for here. Your parent over there, they have to buy the clothes. Or having the target parent buying clothes, buying fancy boots, and then those actually come back to the alienator's house, never to be seen again. The alienator will blame the target parent for their financial problems. They'll also blame them for having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That the target parent is the problem because they've caused a change in the family lifestyle, and they're forcing adult issues on a child to gain an advantage point. When when the child then is put in a spot over and over again and gets upset, and they're demonstrating constant anger towards the target parent, that accelerate to the point where the child avoids being with or being in touch with the target parent. No justified or demonstrative reason is given or exists for the anger, and the child will not discuss the issue. So they're either going to clam up, or give it, if they give a reason, it's completely frivolous. Like, oh, you know what? They made me eat broccoli. Oh, I don't like who's there. Oh, I don't feel like being in the car. The excuses, the stories are endless and unimaginable. The alienator will use a child to spy and gather information against the target parent. This can cause the child to demean and fear the target parent while scarring the child's self-image. So for instance, having the child meet up with a target parent and the cell phone not hanging up, and turns out you can hear the discussion where one child needs to find out where the target parent is working. The other child has been given the duty of finding the target parent's car and to write down the license plate. So they're putting, the alienator has them as spies, and also is sending a message that their loving parent who is being targeted is actually very dangerous. The alienating parent then will also ask the child about the other parent's personal life, and they're putting the child in the middle. This causes stress, it causes tension, and a child not alienated wants to be loyal to both parents. So there's a red flag. If there is a loyalty to one and there is only complete disdain for the other, you got alienation. Alienating parents have secret codes, signals, words that reinforce very destructive, ongoing alienation. With a look, with a gesture, vocabulary, those inside jokes, because they've created intentionally a barrier removing that loving target parent. Taking pictures also of the parent, the target parent, leaving them at the house, but maybe turning them backwards, drawing on them. In today's world, parental alienation is now taken very serious in family law courts. Please review the symptoms of PA and see if there are common elements in your relationship with your child to determine if PA may be a factor. If so, take action to help alleviate this situation with your child. Contact a medical professional who can help address this form of brainwashing. The alienating parent always feels like they are helping the child, but in reality, by pushing the child into their way of thinking about the target parent, they are pushing the child into a life of low self-esteem, depression, lack of trust, self-hate, and also, you're looking at increased rates of suicide, successful as well as attempts, substance abuse, and they will also replicate this dynamic in their future relationships. Many times the child will turn on the alienating parent when the real family picture comes out, or as they grow older and mature. And I am hearing this and seeing this firsthand on a regular basis. Once the children realize that they have been used as a pawn, they have so much anger against that alienator for what they've done, that part of that consequence is they turn on them. Okay. Nothing is ever gained by demeaning actions by one family member or any family members really just trying to destroy the family unit. Many times it also may be necessary to contact a legal professional who knows about PA situations, and they can intercede and help correct these issues before the child and parent regress to a non-existent relationship with each other, being erased. Getting even by using a child is never fair play. The child has two parents and should be able to have a loving relationship with both. Thank you for taking a look at today's Parental Alienation Daily. Links will be below. Subscribe. You can get these directly to your mailbox, and we'll have these posted online. Thanks for joining. Have a good night.